Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is super excited because today we are going over the 7 new games that you need to platinum this year. Now, there are some big games slated for the rest of this year, as well as a few smaller ones, and this list includes both. So make sure you guys watch all the way through to the end, because the very last game on this list is my most anticipated game, and what I think could be the potential game of the year. Now, this is our first list video on the channel, so as always, feedback down in the comment section is appreciated. So be sure to let me know if you want any more like this in the future, and let me know if there's any games that you are hyped for that I missed on this list. Starting off at number 7, we are looking at Astrobot. Now, anyone that owns a PS5 is surely familiar with Astro's Playroom. Astro's Playroom was probably a first platinum for a lot of people on their PS5 because the game came pre-installed on every PS5 console, and the platinum was super fun and only took a few hours to complete. I know this was my first platinum when I got my brand new PS5 console this year, and with Astro returning with a sequel, this could very well be another super easy and fun platinum. I'm kind of curious to see how they make this to differ it from the original game, but if you haven't played Astro's Playroom yet, you definitely need to go and give it a try. It's about a 6-hour platinum at most, and it's a really enjoyable achievement, pretty much just testing out all the things that you can do with the PlayStation controller. Now, if you're wondering what it is, it's a 3D platformer designed to teach you all of the controls of the PlayStation controller and its features. You'll use things like the haptics and other controller features to help guide Astro through some really fun and colorful settings, defeating enemies, finding collectibles, and solving puzzles along the way. And you get some really cool different gameplay aspects where you get into these suits and you can kind of chop and change the gameplay in that sense, making it avoid any of that sort of tired game feeling that you get when you're actually playing these sort of games. Platformers can get kind of repetitive, and I think Astro's is the perfect balance for that. So if you're looking for another easy trophy, definitely get onto Astrobot. Number 6 on this list is Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Now, I know what you're thinking, some of you already have this plat and blah, blah, blah. I'm actually talking about the remastered version that is just released about a week ago. Now, Bounty Hunter Remastered is packed with graphical updates, brand new controls for a smoother playing experience, and a Star Wars story that, although isn't canon, is extremely fun. For anyone that doesn't know, you play as Jango Fett, and you're tasked with tracking down bounties, and soon enough you're hired by Count Dooku to track down a bounty for him, although it turns out to be a Dark Jedi. This serves as a test for Jango and another bounty hunter to see which of them is better suited to be the blueprint for the upcoming clone army. This is a game that I'm actually playing through myself right now, and although some sections are challenging, I'm still having a ton of fun. Way more than when I tried to play the PS4 version and lasted about 20 minutes. So if you weren't a fan of how the PS4 version played, definitely give this one a go. I think the control changes and all of the updates that they've made to the game really makes it a much more enjoyable experience, but trust me, it is not easy. Some of these levels I have repeated 3, 4, 5 times and still can't complete them, and along the way you can't miss any of the bounties. So make sure you take a look at that trophy guide before you get started, and then go in with a fresh mind of knowing what to do. Now, Platinum Trophy number 5 that I'll be looking forward to in about a month's time is actually Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. Now, the one thing Hogwarts Legacy was lacking was the ability to play Quidditch, and the fans let them know about it. Well, now is your chance. Harry Potter Quidditch Champions is only a few short weeks away, and although there isn't a ton of information out there for this game just yet, I can only imagine the trophy list. Playing as the different positions like a seeker or a chaser or a keeper can definitely pose its own trophies as well as win counts, and hopefully some sort of story mode that we can collect trophies with along the way. There's a lot of potential here for some really cool trophies, and to be honest, it doesn't seem like a game that would have a super grindy and difficult trophy list to reach the platinum. This game feels like that it might also end up with some online trophies if there is a PvP mode. I haven't looked into it too much, but I know it's something that I'll definitely try out. So if that is the case, you should probably get the online ones early, purely for the fact that I don't know how much replayability that this game is going to have once the initial hype dies down. So get them done quickly, get the platinum, and get out. Number 4, Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, AC Shadows is the newest installment into the Assassin's Creed franchise and is set to release on November 15th. AC games are notorious for their platinum trophy grinds, and I can imagine that this one is going to be no different. Being set in historical Japan, you play as two characters, one of which is a samurai and another is a shinobi assassin, which sounds incredible. To be honest, I haven't been the biggest fan of Assassin's Creed games, but this is definitely one that I am picking up on day one. It blends the good parts of Assassin's Creed with the story of something similar to Ghost of Tsushima, which just sounds like a recipe for success. But again, strap in because AC games are always 50+ hour grinds, so be ready to no-life it for a little while come November. Moving into number 3 on the list is Star Wars Outlaws. Now, for those that don't know, I am a massive Star Wars nerd. I have Star Wars tattoo sleeve on my left arm, I love the collectibles, I've made content on Star Wars games for years, so it is safe to say that I am extremely ready to play this in 2 weeks' time. For those that aren't up to date, Star Wars Outlaws puts you in an underworld setting playing as Kay Vess, who is an up-and-coming scoundrel working with crime syndicates just to get herself a little bit further along in life. Think a Han Solo character type, that's kind of what they're going for with this one. Now, while there are no lightsabers, there still is some really interesting blaster gameplay mechanics, as well as companion assists and a ton of explorations in the open world, skills that you can upgrade along the way, and a bunch more. From what we know, the sheer size of the planets in Star Wars Outlaws rival that in some of the biggest Assassin's Creed maps, to put it in a bit of perspective for you. The exploration available combined with a ton of side quests really will make this platinum grind a long one, but I feel like you and I are both going to love it. Now, coming in at number 2, and how could I miss this one, Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Releasing on the 25th of October, we get our next installment to the ever so popular Call of Duty franchise. And although COD is mainly regarded for its multiplayer and also Warzone, I feel like the COD trophies kind of fly under the radar. Sure, they're usually pretty simple, but hey, how many of you tried to take on the campaign on veteran difficulty? Go and try that for me and then come back and tell me if you're excited about this or not. It's not something that I'm super excited for, but I definitely think for anyone that is an FPS fan, this is one to go for later this year. Again, at this stage, I don't have too much information on multiplayer trophies, but if there are multiplayer trophies, I would say get them out of the way early just in case the game is a flop, which can happen pretty quickly looking at the last 5 years of Call of Duty games. And now last but definitely not least is my most anticipated game and what could be a frontrunner for Game of the Year, Black Myth Wukong. Now, yes, while I know that is a bold statement for a game that isn't even out yet, but I mean, come on, look at this gameplay and tell me it doesn't look incredible. Combine that with the story and the lore that is involved with this situation, it is likely to be the best game that we've had in a long time. I don't think there is a single person I know that isn't hyped for this game right now. Now, the trophy list for this game has been leaked online, so take this with a grain of salt. I don't know how accurate it is, but it is out there if you have a look, and it is said to have a whopping 81 achievements available, which I am assuming will also translate to PlayStation trophies. Now, Wukong has everything from collectible trophies to trophies for maxing out your gear, unlocking skills, and beating bosses throughout the story. There's probably going to be a ton more things available to unlock trophies, but I'm not going to give you guys the full list. You can pretty much just Google it and it will come up straight away if you guys want to have a look. Now, I have read that the reason there is 81 trophies is that the number 81 has some sort of significance to the story as well, which I think is pretty cool, but it's not going to be an easy feat. I don't know exactly what it is about the number 81, but I'm sure we will find out once we get to playing. 81 trophies to me sounds like 50 to 100 hours of gameplay coming my way very, very soon, as this game is releasing in just 6 days of the time of recording this video. Anyways, with that said, this was 7 new games you need to platinum this year. Let me know if you like this type of content down in the comment section below. And again, if there are any games you think I missed off this list that are coming in the second half of this year, please let me know, as we can always make a part 2 to this video series. Thank you again for watching this video, and if you want to see more like this, then feel free to click on one of my other videos that are up on the screen right now. And with that said, happy trophy hunting.